It's been great to launch our 2025 sales calendar here at Buxton, and it's been the first time we've had a sale here in February at Buxton for 10 years. We had a really busy room despite it being very cold here in Buxton, and we also had lots of bidders registered on the telephone, the internet, and a plethora of commission bids left in advance of the sale as well, which all materialised into a sale rate of over 70% on the vehicles offered today. We had bidders from all around the world, so lots in Europe, Germany, Belgium, France, Spain, Greece, Cyprus, Switzerland, and further afield as well, so Australia, Malaysia, Singapore, and in the UAE as well. So bidders from all around the world, as well as the mainland UK and Ireland too. We sold some fantastic cars and plenty that achieved over their top estimates in the sale today. So one of the cars that I'd like to highlight that did over its top estimate was the Morgan three-wheeler Super Sports, which is just here to my left-hand side. It was one of two Morgans entered from a deceased estate, and it had strong contended bidding, people in the room and on the telephone and the internet for that one, I do believe, and in the end achieved a strong total of over £25,000. Another example that did very, very strong, we had somewhere between 8 and 10 telephones registered on this lot, and that was the 2003 Range Rover Vogue. Now, this was a one-owner, 38,000 mile car. You don't see those L322 Range Rovers with that sort of mileage or ownership very often, and it had good service history too. And that one had, as I say, strong contended bidding, a whole number of telephones registered for that one, around 10 as I mentioned, and despite the telephone interest, sold to the internet in the end and achieved a total of £15,300. Staying with the modern classics, there was the Audi A8 Quattro with the very rare W12 engine. So you don't see many with the W12 engine. Came from a significant private collection, and that one achieved strong bidding, and a lot of people came to view it as well on the viewing day and the sale day, and in the end achieved 13,500. In terms of British classics, and at the other end of the age spectrum, we had the Rolls-Royce 2530. Now this was a notably nicely presented example. It had very, very pretty coachwork and was in notably nice condition too. And again, that achieved strong bidding with an internet bidder successfully purchasing that car with a total paid of over £34,000. Finally, of the cars I'd like to point out that achieved over their top estimates was the Jaguar XJR. So again, this car had been off the road for a long time. It had been really well maintained during this period and then had been recommissioned to be brought to the sale, and had excellent paintwork and interior, really nicely presented example when there's quite a few out there that aren't as well maintained or looked after, and that one achieved strong bidding too with a total of over £14,000. Other notable results included a pair of Rileys that had come from a deceased estate. So we had a Riley Lynx Tourer. So that car was, as I say, from the collection of Rileys. It was a complete car, needed restoration or recommissioning. Again, pretty coachwork similar to the Rolls-Royce that I mentioned earlier. And that one achieved very strong results with a total of £17,325. The other Riley from the same stable was the Brooklands. Now, this was a half-restored example. It had quite a lot of the hard work done already, but still needed quite a bit of finishing. And that car had lots of interest. My colleague Mike had plenty of phone calls and emails inquiring as to the condition and the complete nature of the car. And in the end, achieved a total of £40,500. Finally, and very different in terms of performance levels, was the Morris J2 camper van. One of my personal favourites from the sale, something that we don't get to offer very often, or that you'd see very often on the show scenes or out on the roads. I know the vendor had been to quite a few events with it, so ideal for something like Goodwood Revival. And we had again a plethora of interest both in the room and on the internet for that, I nearly said camper van, and that one achieved 10,800 in total. The cover car was the Aston Martin V8 Volante, so one of around 440 carburettor cars. Nice colour combination, excellent history file, and again that achieved a strong result in the end, going off to a home, staying in the UK as well. As I say, this is our first sale back here in February for 10 years. So what that means is we're still going to have 3 more auctions here at Buxton this year. So we'll be here in May, we'll be here in July, and we'll be here in November. So if you have a car or a camper van or something that you'd be interested in entering into any of those sales, then please get in contact with one of the team. We also have the motorbike sale in March, and we'll be at the Imperial War Museum in April too. So if you have any vehicles that you're interested in consigning to those auctions, then please do get in contact with the team. You can do that on the telephone, which is 01925 210035, or you can do it on email. So you can email sales@h&h.co.uk. Thank you for all the bids placed and everybody who came to the sale, both on the viewing days and the sale day today. We hope to see lots of you at our next auction here at Buxton and the other venues too. And we're also going to be at Kelham Hall in September for a new sale, so please ask about that and have a look at the venue. It's a fabulous place and we're excited to be going there as well. Thanks again for your bids, and we look forward to seeing you all very, very soon. Thank you.